4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the Arc of Wrestling podcast. I am your host Greg. Tonight is the Night of Champions pay-per-view review. Let's get this started. We have Mike with us.
Yep.
We have Joker.
Hello.
We have Jimmy.
Hello.
We have Hunter.
Oh, I mean, you can mention me like 6. That's cool.
And we have Jonesy.
No, you don't.
You're working your way up to the list, Hunter. One day you'll be first.
Fuck
Hey,
that.
at least you weren't last.
I'm first in everyone's heart.
Definitely, Hunter. You're first in my heart.
You're first in the Special Olympics.
Just think of it as the best of 45.
Oh, whatever.
This is the first podcast without Strike, I think.
Who's strike?
I don't know who is Strike. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. We start off with the pre-show. Number 1 contender Battle Royal. The winner will later on face Antonio Cesaro, the United States champion, later on in the night. So the Battle Royal consisted of Brodus Clay, Primo Epico, Justin Gabriel, Tensai, Tyson Kidd, Michael McGillicuddy, Zack Ryder, Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, Jinder Mahal, JTG, Drew McIntyre, Ted DiBiase, Heath Slater, and Santino Marella. From the looks of it, I didn't get to see the pre-show, so it was probably your typical Battle Royal. Was there any nice spot in the match?
That was good the whole match.
Tensai was good? What did he do?
He like powerbombed like 2 guys outside of the ring. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was moving around really good. It's too bad he can't get over with the crowd in any way.
It's that gimmick.
He's talented.
He's very talented, and I think he didn't want that talent from Japanese wrestling. He shouldn't have taken that over into the WWE. I think that's what really killed him. If they brought him back as Albert or A-Train, it would have probably worked.
Yeah.
Winner and the new number 1 contender for the United States Championship, Zack Ryder. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't continue on with Santino.
Good, he sucks.
Thank God.
No, Santino doesn't suck. It's just that he's too much of a comedy act. I've always heard that Santino was an excellent wrestler, and
He's a gimmick wrestler.
he's a very gimmicky wrestler, and that's why a lot of people think he sucks. But I really saw potential if they continued him in the feud with Antonio.
They need to get a fresh face with Antonio. Their matches were getting stale fast.
They need to bring up someone from NXT now. If Santino couldn't help Cesaro get over with the crowd or get some heat, they need to bring in someone
doesn't
new.
really help anyone get heat.
But think about it. Santino's the top babyface of the mid-card division right now. He could have easily helped anybody if the writers wrote that feud better than they
That
did.
just proves how bad the mid-card is for WWE if you have a gimmick wrestler as your top
That's true.
babyface.
Yeah. So that was the pre-show, and so we go on to the first match of the night, which is the first match of the pay-per-view. Fatal 4-way for the WWE Intercontinental title. Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes versus The Miz. What'd you guys think of it?
I only got to see the first half of it, but from the first half I was pretty impressed. It was a solid match for a Fatal
we forgot to
4-way.
mention. Do you mind if I mention something about the Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Santino went for a pin.
Santino went for a pin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went for a pin, and it was just, oh my god.
Did he know he was going for a pin, or what?
Yeah,
He
I was
knew, but
looking
he was
away.
pretty retarded.
it was
He
dumb.
was just doing that to get a reaction.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't accidental.
He was doing it on purpose. It was dumb because even though it's in character, he eliminated 2 people beforehand over the rope, but now he just wants to go for a pin.
Alright.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. I can understand that. Okay. So, Fatal 4-way. What do you guys think? How was Sin Cara? That's what I want to ask.
Mysterio had some good spots.
So, he was able to pull off, because I think we all know, Sin Cara, what happened to Sin Cara on SmackDown. He had one of his like worst matches in his career with the WWE. Like he had one of the most botchiest matches, and even Sin Cara left the ring. Like no one could find him. Like apparently people were trying looking for him, and no one could find him because like he was so ashamed of his match. So
I didn't watch SmackDown, so I don't know.
apparently they edited it like crazy to not show his botchiness. But was he good in this Fatal 4-Way?
He didn't have
okay.
He didn't have too many botches. It was like he only had like one or two that weren't that bad. But he was pretty good in the match, I'd say.
How about you, Jimmy?
To be honest, I didn't think I was, you know, first I was paying attention. It looked like he was doing a good job. It looked like everyone was actually performing though. It was a pretty decent match from what I saw.
You need to fix your mic, bro.
That's telling you it's right. This is a brand new mic. I actually bought the mic headset.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you're eating watermelon.
Racist.
I don't care.
How was the Fatal 4-Way in general? Was it good?
It was a pretty fast-moving match, so it wasn't a boring Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4
It was a pretty
match?
good match.
Fatal 4 match, yeah.
Yes, a Fatal 4 match.
It was a pretty good
Fatal
match.
4.
The ending was a nice surprise.
What was it?
Sin Cara put a mask over Miz's face, and Rhodes was going to go after Sin Cara, but Miz hit the skull crushing finale on Rhodes for the win.
Oh, okay.
Seeing the mask, so.
Yeah, apparently you can't see in the mask now,
That's stupid.
even though Sin Cara can see out of that mask perfectly.
Well, remember, Sin Cara is not supposed to have a face. So like the mask is his face.
But he can still see.
Yeah.
But apparently the Miz can't look out of a mask.
Well, anyways, the winner of the match was The Miz. He did retain the Intercontinental Championship at the end.
Yay!
Hey.
I was right about that in my little prediction league. Or my voting, whatever. Titus and Neil and Darren Young are backstage complaining to Eve Torres. Eve hears something and runs off. Kaylin is backstage with a trainer, and she's been attacked. She says someone attacked her and their face was covered. Apparently her ankle is injured. WWE Tag Team title match. Kane...
Hold on. Before you move on, can I just point out that segment was completely predictable?
She cannot act to save her life.
Who, Eve?
No, Caitlyn.
Caitlyn?
She can't act her way out of a paper bag.
Well, she is a fitness model. She's not an actor. But then same thing goes with Trish Stratus, but I think Trish Stratus has had a better understanding of the company. I'm not sure if Caitlyn really knows much about the company in general.
Caitlin's just a retard.
Yeah.
Oh.
A very hot retard.
She's not hot. She's got like freaking
But
drumsticks on her legs.
I'd eat out.
She got shoulders like boulders.
Definitely.
Did you just say you'd eat out? Oh my god, you're so good. You'd eat out that penis down there?
Yep.
Aww.
I'd definitely go down on that.
Aww.
Sloppy BJs are your specialty, right?
Definitely. Okay, WWE Tag Team title match. Kane and Daniel Bryan versus the champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth.
Yeah.
I was very excited to see the outcome of this match, but let me ask, how was the match?
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't like they didn't pull out any cool things in it.
Well,
Kane did a splash, that's about it.
pretty much.
They're really opening up Kane. I think it's hard to say that I think Kane's near the end of his career, so I'm really trying to put him over the top. That's what I see them doing with him right now. You know, oh, Kane, you know, you're getting to the near of your career. Let's just give you one last amazing ride. And I think him teaming up with Bryan is absolutely amazing. But they need to have Dr. Shelby work
As their manager.
as their manager.
They don't need a manager.
No, I understand that, They don't need a manager because I think both of them just together is funny enough. But adding Dr. Shelby, it'd just be something special. I think adding those three together, it's just going to be something memorable that people will look back on and be like, those three were absolutely amazing.
What about Harold?
Harold has kind of disappeared. I've heard WWE wanted to use them on TV, like out in the arena, but I haven't heard much from him afterwards. Because Harold is an indie star. So
They should be a staple.
Yeah, it should be a stable.
Oh my god, you retards.
Team Friendship all the way.
The worst
Team
thing
Friendship.
in the world.
Team Friendship.
Team Friendship.
No, wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd buy the shirt.
I'd buy the shirt too. If it was like Kane and Bryan hugging and like Harold and Dr. Shelby looking on to them, I'd buy that shirt.
That'd be awesome.
Winners and the new WWE Tag Team Champions, Kane and Daniel Bryan.
I am the tag team champions.
When they announced this match and when they announced that Kane and Bryan will be going against Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, they couldn't have left Night of Champions without those titles.
Yeah, you could tell they were gonna win.
You could tell that they were going to win,
Hard.
but it was needed. It was good predictability because really, what else was Kofi Kingston and R-Truth going to do? Like continue a feud with the primetime players? It wouldn't have been that interesting. So, because really, R-Truth has a little Jimmy thing, but they weren't really going with that. And Kofi Kingston has no charisma whatsoever, so yeah, it was good.
But more importantly, I am the tag team champions.
I am the tag team champions. I am the tag team champions.
Okay.
It's good comedy. It's better than Santino.
Definitely.
Teddy Long and Booker T are talking about the tag team title match when Eve Torres comes in. She says Caitlyn twisted her ankle and that the trainers say that she cannot compete tonight. They wonder who's going to compete against Flora. Booker said that she earned a shot and has been doing a good job as his assistant. Booker says that Eve will be rewarded. Eve thanks him and walks off. Booker tells Teddy that he'll holler at him in a minute and walks off, leaving Teddy looking confused. So next match we have the WWE United States title match: Zack Ryder versus Antonio Cesaro. This was like a longer match than what Cesaro's been putting on. Was it a good back and forth match, or is it just another kind of like Ryder gets a little bit of an upper hand and Cesaro just squashes him at the end?
Kind of a little bit of both, actually.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like how? Like, what did Ryder do in the match? Mike?
I don't really remember.
None of you can remember those names, honestly?
I remember Cesaro got a small pop when he came out.
Oh, okay, you did get a pop.
A small reaction.
Okay. So, the reaction is getting worked on, and which is good, because WWE's looking for that kind of a reaction. And I think it continue to get that reaction. I think going into the future, Cesaro, his future is going to look strong if he continues to work on those reactions. And if he can get a good heat from the crowd, Cesaro's going to be in a perfect spot in the company.
He complained about how the match was unfair in 5 different languages.
Yeah.
Alright, I can dig that. Winner?
Yeah, I think he said unfair in like his native 5 different languages.
Yeah.
Alright, Cesaro is going to describe this match in 5 different languages and says it's unfair. Okay. So I think if they continue to work on that, I think they could turn that into something special. Who knows? Cesaro retains the championship. He makes out with Ixana, and then we go to a promo of Saturday Morning Slam.
They dry hump in the middle of the ring.
They get it on. David Otunga is backstage with Alberto Del Rio with Ricardo Rodriguez. Ricardo comes in and says that his neck brace comes in without his neck brace, and they yell at him to put it back on. Ricardo says that he's feeling better, but they insist he wear it. They call him stupid and walk off. Dolph Ziggler versus Randy Orton. I want to hear about this match. How good was it?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad?
Pretty good.
Ziggler was over.
Ziggler was over. I heard that there was a bunch of "We Want Ziggler" chants during the World Heavyweight Title match.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably at the end.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought Ziggler was going to cash in, but of course he didn't. But we'll get to that.
It was one of the longest matches of the night, actually. One of them.
Surprising that it would be that because there was relatively no build-up except for, Orange just randomly DDTing Dolph Ziggler around on SmackDown. That was pretty much the build-up to this match.
Apparently it was the rubber match, so...
It was what?
The rubber match.
Don't you mean grudge match?
No, the rubber match.
What rubber match?
Which means Orton won one, Ziggler won one. They usually say rubber match.
Okay.
To decide the winner of the feud.
I've never heard of that term, but okay.
I haven't either.
Yeah, the winner is Orton, which is another surprising thing because you would think that if they're really going to try to build Ziggler up, they would have him win against these top guys. He beat Jericho. You would think that he would beat Orton, and which would be great because honestly, Ziggler fell in such a big limbo that it was hard for me to even believe that he could be World Heavyweight Champion again. So beating Jericho was a good step forward. Beating Orton should have been a great leap into the future. He could have been Mysterio. He could have had like a month or two feud with Mysterio to really make it solid for him to go into the feud with Sheamus and become world champion.
Yeah, but he already beat Orton on Raw.
I know, but what I was saying, like, I think Ziggler should have won a Night of Champions, not because, I don't like Orton. I'm actually kind of a fan of Orton. I know how much you're hating me right now, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And, but Ziggler should have won it because it would have helped him progress in his stance going towards the World Heavyweight Champion. It would have made him more legitimate of a champion. But, no, they didn't pull it off. They hyped the new Judge Dredd movie, which is weird.
This was sponsoring the pay-per-view.
Yeah. WWE Divas title match. Eve Torres versus Layla.
Oh, this was the worst match of the night.
Was it?
It was
the
horrible.
crowd was dead.
Okay. Was there any good spots? Was there like a good, grapple? I know, wasn't it Eve who did what?
I was literally texting during this match.
Well then, you weren't paying attention to it. It could have been actually a good move.
No one was paying attention to the match.
I was paying attention to it. It was that boring.
It was a very painfully boring match.
The only thing that was good was Eve's finisher. That's it.
Oh, that neck breaker. I was very surprised when Eve started using that neck breaker. It looked sick. I'm really glad that she started using a nice neck breaker for her finisher.
I've seen it used before by other people, but she's used it. I haven't seen a Diva use it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Diva use it. That's the thing, and I'm glad that they're probably starting to do some new things with the Divas. Winner in the new WWE Divas champion, Eve Torres.
It was predictable. I hated it.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew it was going to happen.
Eve was supposed to face Layla at Night of Champions in the first place, and then something got mixed up with Caitlyn and everything got out of control. Out of control. William Garcia's in the ring talks about how WWE is proud to be a partner with Susan G. Komen Foundation to fight breast cancer.
Coleman.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Not breast cancer.
Daniel Bryan and Kane are backstage with Dr. Shelby arguing about who's the tag team champion. AJ walks up.
I got the tag team champions.
AJ walks up screaming, and she can't believe how far they came, and they still can't get along. Kane flips out, dumps a cooler of iced Gatorade on everyone. AJ drenched in Gatorade. Sounds hot.
She was wearing a white shirt too, by the way.
That sounds even hotter.
What Lords of Pain is saying is just not. I mean, yeah, they're accurate, but it's a very huge understatement.
Okay.
Why did like her boobs pop out and like she started like humping Kane?
No, I mean for the whole segment, there was more than that just going on. He didn't just flip out and walk.
Well, yeah, but think about it. They were updating this while the pay-per-view was going on, so they had to really keep up. So they try to minimize it as much as possible.
Yeah, you got a point, I guess.
Pretty much AJ yelled at him to stop.
Yeah.
She basically started screaming it.
And Kate says going to Disneyland.
Yep. Kane's
I'm
going
going
to
to
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
I need to watch that segment because I missed it. This is when I started watching the pay-per-view, the World Heavyweight title match, Del Rio versus Sheamus. And what I watched of it, it was boring. And it was stupid because before the night, Booker T announced that the Bro Kick was back in use. Which is stupid because he's done this before. Remember? He said that when Booker became GM, he's like, there's going to be no World Heavyweight title match. And he's like, I'm just fucking with you guys. There's going to be a world title match. And now he's saying, I'm going to ban the Bro Kick. And he's like, nah, I'm not going to ban the Bro Kick. You can have it. He needs to fucking make up his mind. It's stupid. Either stick with your decision or just don't make a decision at all.
He's black, but this doesn't matter.
Like, you're gonna build up Sheamus.
I'm gonna ban it. No, I'm not gonna ban it.
Like, you're gonna build up Sheamus with this new submission move.
It's Texas Cloverleaf.
Yeah, the Texas Clover. Like, you're gonna make him. You're gonna have him use it on his opponents for a couple weeks on SmackDown. You're gonna make him build up. Like, okay, Sheamus can actually win with the submission move, and then you don't even end the match with it. You just kind of like you tease it a little bit, but you don't end it.
Watch him never use it again.
Yeah, watch him never use it again. Maybe watch him like once or twice, but that's it. It's stupid, and that's what really
stupid ass match.
That's what pissed me off about just the ending of that match. That it didn't end with the Texas Cloverleaf, because it would be like if you decided to tease, like CM, like let's say if CM Punk wasn't allowed to do the GTS. And then he just decided to use it, and then there was no repercussions for it. It's just stupid. It was kind of like he just completely just took a storyline and he threw it out the window. I don't know.
Yeah.
It annoyed me. Then I went straight to the WWE title match. So we got the World Heavyweight title and the WWE title back to back without a filler match in between. That's kind of nice. I think this is the first pay-per-view they didn't have a filler match set up. All the matches that were on the card and was announced was set up. That's improvement, because they have enough. That says that they have enough feuds going on to where they could fill up a 3-hour pay-per-view. So that's really good.
Until next month, where he add 3 matches in his filler.
No, I think they're getting better. I really think they're getting better. It depends on what feuds they decide to continue on and like what match they decide to throw in the pre-show. I mean, I'm fine with filler pre-show matches, but if they throw Cesaro back in the pre-show, I'm gonna get pissed off. Last match of the night, John Cena versus CM Punk. Not special.
What are you talking about? This was a good match.
It was a good match. I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't special. It wasn't special like last year's Money in the Bank match.
You can't just expect everything to be like Chicago.
No. And I'm not going off from the crowd.
And everything that was on the line. There was way more on the line in that match than there was.
The story was much better. The build-up to the Money in the Bank match was far superior than the build-up to this match. Cena and Punk only had really I want to say about like 30 minutes of confrontation throughout like the 4 weeks they should have been building up, because they focused mostly on CM Punk and Jerry Lawler. They only spent the last 2 weeks really building up Cena versus Punk, because they had Punk interfere in Cena's match against Del Rio, where he did the kick to the back of the head. And then you had last week's, which was when they did that promo. That when Lawler, and we'll get to that later.
You know why it was a good match?
Why?
Because Cena didn't wrestle a lot. It was CM Punk taking over the whole time.
No, but Cena...
If he wrestled, that would have made it way worse of a match.
I thought Cena did pretty well in that match, though.
Well, that's because he didn't have to do all the work like he usually has to do.
Yeah. One thing that
they should have had Punk come out with an I Love Breast Cancer shirt.
Well, I thought the
Answer
Yankees
for
tights were
everybody.
pretty tight
Well,
in Boston.
he didn't get booed for that.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
talking
he
about
should have.
for you. Well, he didn't because Cena got most of the boos.
Honestly, I think no one caught on. I think there's a couple people in the audience that was like, "Oh, he's wearing Yankee stripes," but I think a lot of people really didn't give a shit.
I think if Boston knew he was actually wearing it,
Yeah, like I think a lot of the people in the audience didn't catch on.
This is like why I said he should have came out with wearing a I Love Breast Cancer shirt.
Or he should have just came out with a Yankee shirt in general. He had a weird sweatshirt on. He should have came out with like a Yankee sweatshirt or something like that.
Well, he was wearing basically pinstripe stuff.
Yeah, but again, no one really caught on to that. That was the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. No one really no one just saw CM Punk and like looked at him like they were Yankee stripes. I think only a couple people in the audience actually
Vince
caught
is gonna
that.
get pissed for the crossface.
No, why wouldn't he? It's a
They
regular.
banned Chris Benoit from everything.
Doesn't matter. It's still a wrestling maneuver. Daniel Bryan used the crossface
That's a
before.
different version of it. That was
He used a legitimate crossface before on a recent episode of Raw. I remember it too. But the ending of the match, they tried getting some really cheap like excitements because they kept on going for like finishers and they kicked out at the 2 count. So they really tried getting the crowd hyped up, and they did. The crowd got really into it near the end of the match.
Punk does in rock bottom too.
But what was stupid was Cena hits a German suplex from the top rope.
It wasn't even from the top rope. It was
from the middle rope.
It was the second.
Yeah, second rope, middle rope. And so both guys have their shoulders on the ground. So Punk didn't even kick out of a German suplex from the middle
It's not
rope.
even a finishing move.
It's not even a finishing move. It's just kind of like there. They did it just to get this outcome, so they could have Cena win, but still have Punk leave as WWE Champion, because what happened was Cena was crowned WWE Champion, but the referee reversed his decision and said that it was a draw because both men had their shoulders on their men. So Punk left WWE Champion, which didn't make sense because usually when there's an outcome like this, the GM
AJ to fix it.
yeah, the GM would come out and say, restart the match. That's what usually would happen, but it didn't happen in this instance. So consistency was not there. And so Punk did leave Night of Champions as the WWE Champion. Yeah, that was the pay-per-view. What do you guys think? Let's go down the list. Joker, tell me about the pay-per-view and give me your rating.
I thought it was an okay pay-per-view.
Alright.
It wasn't the best of the best one for this year, but it was definitely pretty good. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
Yeah.
Hunter, what about you?
Well, Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler stole the show this time.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they had the best match of the night by far. And they had solid matches all around. I liked the both. Well, I didn't really like the finishes on both championship matches, but I still liked. It was a good pay-per-view, good matches. I'll give it like an 8.
An 8, wow, okay. That's surprising. Jonesy. Talk.
I'm trying to figure out a good number.
Well, tell me your opinion on the show.
I like everything up until the final match.
You didn't like the final match?
Yeah.
Okay.
That ending just really screwed everything up.
So you think if the ending was a little bit different, like your perception of the pay-per-view would have been different?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, if like Cena had won and nothing had gone wrong, maybe it would have been slightly better because it wouldn't have been a stupid ending.
A big swerve.
Yeah.
A Russo swerve.
Like basically throughout the match, I'd said, yeah, Cena's probably gonna win this.
No, and I even called it too when I was doing the prediction league. I called that Cena would win, but I said Cena would win by DQ. Like I had this hunch that Punk was not going to be leaving that Punk was going to leave with the WWE title. Like I didn't see Cena leaving. I mean, they brought.
You're flopping the whole prediction show.
I was because, but at the time I wasn't sure because they didn't have much. But it was when I did the prediction, I said that Cena was going to win, but by DQ. Because think about it, they just started the Punk heel turn. Are they really just going to take away the WWE title away from him this early on, especially now they started pairing him up with Paul Heyman? Like, how many great things they could do with that feud going on with Heyman? Like, I just don't see it. I can honestly say right now, I could see Punk holding the WWE title until Royal Rumble when he loses it to The Rock. I said it right there. Boom.
Unless he loses the
Jonesy, did you give a score yet?
Yeah, what's your score, Jonesy?
7 out of 10.
Alright. Mike?
6.5.
Well, do you have like a general opinion on the show?
My favorite match was the tag title match.
Tag team? Alright.
That wasn't even that good of a match.
Match, which I enjoyed.
It was a match. I think a lot of people enjoyed that match just because of the ending.
The wrestling was like mediocre in that match.
Because they were facing Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston's a great wrestler.
That they could.
Kofi Kingston's pretty good.
He was back in the day, but now he's a spot monkey.
He's a spot monkey, but he could be good when he wants to be, or when he can be good. His feud with Orton was okay. I mean, the matches were really good, but I mean, the feud fell flat on its face because there was really nothing there to hold together. But you gave it. What'd you give the pay-per-view? A 7 out of 10?
6.5.
6.5. I'll give it a 7. I mean, again, I haven't watched the entire pay-per-view, but reading through the results and everything, it seemed an alright show. So, just a solid 7, I guess, for the pay-per-view this month for WWE. Alright, let's just continue on the news. I mean, there's really not much to talk about that happened this week. The biggest story during Monday Night Raw, during the tag match of the Primetime Players versus Kane and Bryan, Jerry Lawler had a heart attack at ringside. He got rushed to the back. They luckily had some doctors at ringside. Apparently he was clinically dead for 20 minutes. They revived him and they got him into the Montreal hospital. They did tests on him. Apparently he didn't have any brain damage from what people can tell. They don't know, like, they're still trying to understand if there's going to be any long-term effect to this sort of stuff. But because of this, JBL will be taking JR's place tomorrow on Raw. So that...
You mean King?
What?
You mean King?
Yeah. JBL will be taking the place of King on tomorrow's Night Raw. So I didn't get to hear much of JBL's commentating tonight, so I'm very glad I get to listen to him tonight. Any other news? I can't really think of much.
Yeah, the TNA, they're not signing any TNA people.
Oh yeah, because of the current lawsuit that's going on with TNA, even though Ric Flair and Alex Shelley are allowed to compete for other companies now, WWE's trying to stay away from them because they think it will affect the lawsuit in some way. So until the lawsuit is over, don't expect Ric Flair, and don't expect Alex Shelley. Don't even expect some other of the wrestlers that weren't really rumored to be part of TNA, like Velvet Sky and Devon, who also left. And I even heard that Jesse Neal could be making a debut in the WWE.
Oh, by the way, Matt Morgan's back in TNA.
And Matt Morgan is back in TNA. Thank you for reminding me.
Because he jumped Robbie E at a show last night.
Really?
Yep.
Alright. Some other news. Tandy Lynn Cinch, Sunny from the old days, was arrested 3 days in a row for like domestic violence. I don't know what's up with that girl. She better straighten up.
She's on the crack.
Hunter, tell Sunny to straighten up.
She needs to straighten up and then suck my dick.
Straighten up and bend over.
Okay, Hunter.
Wait.
Hunter, question.
Oh. Serious question. Do you really want her to do that, even though you know where her mouth has been?
I could get AIDS and deal with it. Magic Johnson's my friend.
Hunter,
I think sounds like your friend.
would you fuck a raid, an aid-ridden Sunny who's really skinny and in her prime, or would you fuck a clean, fat Sunny?
I'd probably get AIDS.
You probably get the AIDS. You wouldn't be able to do a fat Sunny.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
It's funny. Shawn Michaels almost married Sunny too.
Good thing he found God.
Yeah, because he probably would have killed himself, and then he probably would have killed her, and then himself.
No, she would have beat the fuck out of him. She's a domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
He would have super kicked her in the Adam's apple.
Super kicked her right in her dick.
Yeah.
TNA officially parts ways with two British talents. Mark Haskins and Winner have both left TNA officially.
Who's Mark Haskins again?
Mark Haskins was an X Division wrestler who wrestled during... What?
The correct answer is exactly.
He wrestled in the British tour.
Really?
He wrestled in the British... He was actually really good. I saw his match during the British tour with TNA. I was kind of surprised they didn't use him, though, due to TNA trying to rebuild their X Division.
It's on September 15th. There was a Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes match on NXT.
Yeah.
I like that chat.
Another match that wasn't recorded whatsoever, and we'll never see ever. Period.
It was supposed to be like the match of the year, I guess, but not a big deal.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins should have won the Battle Royal tonight. He should have been a surprise entrant.
One fan called it the best WWE match he has seen in several years. It's just from a random fan, so...
Yeah.
It's not like I posted the video of the match in chat or anything.
Really, like, I would be pissed if they had video of the Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes match, but not of the CM Punk Seth Rollins versus Cassius Ohno and Antonio Cesaro match. That would just piss me off.
It'll be up eventually.
Mike, you're gonna keep on telling yourself that.
I am.
It'll be like a coke addict. It'll be up. It'll be up. Please, it'll be up.
I need my tag team match fix.
Oh, did you talk about the Wade Barrett teaser?
No, I never heard of it. What happened?
There's a Wade Barrett teaser on SmackDown, I guess.
About what?
About he came out before and cut a promo and talked about how he's going to come out next week or something.
Okay.
And saying that one lucky superstar will get to sample the product.
That's kind of gay.
Yay!
And if you think about it, if he worded it that way, it sounds kind of gay.
Hey, I wouldn't call Wade Barrett gay. Man might find you and kill you.
Yeah, he might punch me in the face. There was a bunch of indie stuff that happened over the weekend.
It was a big indie weekend, but hold on. Goldberg denied being offered a Legends contract. When asked by a fan on Twitter why he rejected a Legends contract offered from WWE, Bill Goldberg never offered me one. So...
Well, even if he did get offered one, it's not like he's going to tell some random guy on Twitter he got it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to see if there's any more news for you guys before we move on to some indie stuff. Mike, I hope you have some results up.
I don't have Night 3 of Chikara because I can't find it, so...
Alright. Then... Oh, Eve got engaged.
No, wait, I do have it.
If anybody cares about that. Okay, Mike, take it away. You have Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, Chikara, and Pro Wrestling Syndicate.
All right, go.
First is Pro Wrestling Syndicate saved by the ring bell results. This was on Friday. The Powers of Pain beat Demolition, the Big O, which is Zack Ryder's, isn't it Zack Ryder's brother?
Yeah.
Big O.
Oh, no, it's not his brother, it's someone.
It's like his friend.
Yeah, it's his friend.
Well, he beat somebody named QT Marshall.
He's wrestling in the Indies now.
Yeah, he's wrestling for Pro Wrestling Syndicate.
Is he any good?
I don't know, I haven't seen any of his stuff.
He's a big dude though.
Devin Moore beat Necro Butcher. SM2, that's how you say it, beat the Fat Pack. Yes, the Fat Pack. The Great Outdoorsmen and the Jersey Shore Jocks for the tag team belts. Starman beat AR Fox Polyon. I don't know. Giant Sensation, Lucifer, Darkseid, and Rich Swann for the #1 contender to the Tri-State belt. Matt Hardy was on the show, alright?
I thought I was on the Ring of Honor show.
No, he actually wrestled on the PWS show.
Oh, good.
Was he V2 or V1?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show. How can I tell you who he was if I didn't see it?
Or was he cocaine drugged out, Matt Hardy?
It's probably cocaine drugged out, Matt Hardy. One Warrior Nation, not the Warrior, beat Timmy Ite, as in I.
Say Tommy Ite.
Yeah, Tommy I. He beat Matt Hardy to retain the Tri-State belt. Some 6 minute. Oh, like Dynamite, Freight Train, and Shockwave the Robot.
Dynamite.
Wait, Jesus Christ! And you tell us why we shit on the Indies so much.
This was probably a great match. If it's second to last, it was probably a great match.
I mean, well, Ryback versus Two Jobbers was the second to last match of a pay-per-view.
He sucks. Well, they beat Jobber Justin, and the Cocoon.
Oh my god.
And Kevin
Job
Matthews.
Squad.
Yep, and Kevin Matthews beat Sami Callihan to retain the world title. Hold on, I bring up other stuff as soon as I can pull it up.
Ring of Honor, I tried watching the pay-per-view, but it never worked, so I got pissed off. I got really pissed off because I was like, this is the first freaking pay-per-view I'm gonna watch Ring of Honor, like, fully, and I can't even watch it.
Did you watch it on the Ring of Honor site, or
No, the thing is, the Ring of Honor site wasn't working. Like, it was broken. Like, they couldn't connect to the network. Everybody was having trouble trying to watch the pay-per-view. It finally worked, but commentary wasn't working, so you couldn't hear Kevin Kelly and Desmond Wolfe. Or Nigel McGuinness.
Alright, Jimmy Jacobs and Steve Corino beat two black guys in a tag team semi-final. Some two nobodies that I don't care about, I'm not gonna go over it. Kyle O'Reilly beat ACH.
I saw that match.
I don't know who that is.
It was some black guy versus some white guy.
I know who Kyle O'Reilly is, I'm talking about ACH.
Yeah, he was some black guy.
Okay. Rhett Titus and Charlie Haas beat the Briscoes in a tag title semi-final. Jay Lethal beat Homicide.
I saw the tag match as well. It was okay.
Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin beat Irish Airborne, and Abdullah beat Mike Mondo, who was Mikey in the Spirit Squad, to retain the TV belt. Jimmy Jacobs and Steve Corino beat Rhett Titus and Charlie Haas to win the tag title belts, and Kevin Steen beat Rhino to retain the Ring of Honor World title.
Sounds like a crappy pay-per-view.
Colorado, I can't find night 3, so I'm not going to go over those results. I'll go over them next week.
Okay. I guess pop on the box so we can end the pay-per-view so we can get it up. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
My
Mike.
pop goes to all of the wrestling that was this weekend. My flop goes to that. I didn't get to see all of it except for tonight. And my botch goes to the referees in the Ravens Eagles game today because they can't call a pass interference play to save their life.
Okay, Hunter.
My pop goes to frickin' my predictions because I only got one wrong, I think. I'm pretty freaking badass at predicting wrestling matches, not gonna lie.
Alright.
My flop goes to Strike for not showing up. The fuck, Strike? You're always here. And my botch goes to the Vikings for fucking letting Andrew Luck beat you with 30 seconds left.
Okay, Jonesy.
My pop. JBL commentating tonight.
Alright.
My flop. Goes to Jerry Lawler because he was flopping around on Monday. I'm kidding.
I was kind of hoping that there wasn't going to be any Lawler jokes. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Okay, you're right, I'm not.
You're a horrible person.
I know.
Go.
I'm surprised your pop isn't for shitty what the fuck cast getting back together.
Oh yeah, we did get back.
Oh, what happened? I didn't hear about that. What happened?
We broadcast live on someone's channel.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I didn't.
The best.
When was it?
Worst.
When was it?
What?
When was it?
Friday.
Oh, I was on another level Friday. Okay, continue.
Another level. I don't know what that means. Yeah. My botch goes to the final match of the evening.
Joker.
Yeah.
Pop up and botch.
My pop goes to the Kane and Daniel Bryan thing.
Okay.
It was just beautiful. My flop goes to the Divas match. It sucked.
What are you talking about? That was a good match.
It sucked.
No, it wasn't. No, that was a good Divas match.
It sucked. And my botch... my botch goes to the WWE Championship match's ending. What the fuck were they thinking?
Definitely.
Swerve, baby. Russo swerve.
Okay.
That was horrible.
My pop goes to Kane and Bryan winning. My flop goes to Cesaro not getting more time to shine. And my botch goes to the Raiders who can't fucking keep Reggie Bush on the fucking block at all. The fucker made two touchdowns on the game today, and I believe he made a sick interception too that fucking killed it for us.
Reggie Bush can't make interceptions.
Reggie Bush is that awesome. Didn't you know, Mike?
No, it then wasn't Reggie Bush. Who was it then?
Reggie Bush is a running back, dude.
Yeah, I know. Was it Miller? No, it wasn't Miller.
It doesn't matter. The Raiders.
It doesn't fucking matter, So, Miller made the last touchdown, and then it was Reggie Bush. He made two touchdowns at the beginning of the third quarter.
I thought you were a fan of Miami teams.
I am, but I'd rather see Raiders get a win over the Miami Dolphins, honestly.
Over the Miami?
Yeah, over the Miami.
What do you Iron Cheek now?
I will fuck the Miami.
I want to see the Raiders play the Miami.
I don't see the Raiders winning any other games anymore. I think this is going to be a terrible season for them.
So you see the Raiders going 0-16?
Yep.
I doubt that.
The Dolphins almost went that route.
Yeah, no.
They suck.
Yeah. This is they lost their first game season, but this is the first home game that they've won since 2005. 2005, 2006? Something like that.
I'm pretty sure they won some home games last year.
No, they won absolutely no home games last season. None. You go look it up.
Let me look up their last home win.
They haven't won a home game since 2005.
There's no way a football team's gonna lose all their home games in 7 years.
Dude, the Dolphins. Think about it.
Dude, it's not possible.
Dude, look it up. I'm gonna end the podcast right now while you look it up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the Arc of Wrestling podcast. I am your host, Greg. To get a quick update to the people who are listening this far into the podcast about the current status of the quality of the podcast and everything, I'm going to be buying a new mic soon. I'm currently working on my webcam mic right now. I'm going to be buying a new mic. It's going to be connected to... It's going to be like a recording mic, not like a headset. So it's going to be a nice quality mic. I'm going to use a new program. It's going to be called Reaper. Hopefully I can record a lot higher quality podcasts with it. About Blip TV, I'm going to be working on it with Adam soon, who is our boss, and I'll be getting that up shortly where we could put up the podcast on YouTube. I can let you guys know through Twitter and Facebook, all with a click of a button. So keep an eye on the Twitter for updates about where the podcast is going to be heading into the future. We're going to get a lot better high quality stuff. I'm going to try to work with the crew guys here to get better quality mics and shit like that. So the podcast can sound better for you guys and we don't have to deal with the constant dropping during the call and everything. So again, thanks for joining us. This is the Arc of Wrestling podcast. Follow us on Twitter over at twitter.com/arcofwrestling. You can watch us live over at justin.tv/arcofwrestling. Find us on Facebook and all the other social medias, Tumblr and everything. So we'll catch you next week on the next episode of the Arc of Wrestling. Bye.